ToC. We'll talk about the craziness. Now, TimeOut Corner will be just going over some things, and that's it. So tune in to 802.L to see what TimeOut Corner wants to rant about. This is TimeOut Corner, 90 Degrees of Geek, and yes. So actually, this is a video I actually did or wanted to do. Actually, I did it, but I didn't put it out because I didn't like how I was sounding in it about 5 weeks ago, whatever. And I was actually going to rebuttal Rich Review Tech USA with his video about Nintendo not getting it still. So this is sort of like a redemption rebuttal because I didn't put it out. And some new stuff has come along the way. Some new, not really new information, but some new stuff has come out because, as we all know, this is the year of the spec. All the speculation going on, all the rumors, and as expected, it is still in full effect. The year of the spec is not calming down anytime soon. I don't see any time in the foreseeable near future or in the not so far future that these rumors on all aspects of gaming will be piping down anytime soon. So the year of the spec is obviously still in full effect. So with that being said, we're going to get right into this. Now, shall we? Let's get this going. All right. Now, also, the reason why I just decided to come back with this and try to get this video out there is because Liger of N-DUO just made a video stating that something isn't right, or I think something along that lines. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, something is not right. And he's right, because to me, I thought of this a few weeks ago when Reggie made that video. It's all sort of just clicked in my head like, wait a minute, something's going on here. Or not going on, but wait a minute. Mine was in a different context, but so to me, something's not right with third party, with NX. Not in the sense of something shady's going on, but okay, yeah, something shady, but just it seems like we've been here before, you know? To me, that's what I'm saying. So when I saw Rich's video, I was like, wait a minute here. So pause for a second. Now his video was about Nintendo still doesn't get it. That's pretty much what it sums up to be. And my rebuttal was going to be about his end point of the video. And the end point of his video was that he was saying, I'm pretty sure many others think the same way, that Nintendo didn't get it because what Reggie fils-aime said. And what Reggie fils-aime said was, for the NX, they're not focused on power, specs, teraflops, because that's the new gimmick for, the NX, like Sony and Microsoft may be with the Neo and Scorpio. And so Rich Review Tech took that and referenced it, compared it with what Reggie said before the Wii U came out, when he said they're not focused with power and et cetera, and specs and all that. They're focused on games and content. And then he's like, look how that turned out for the Wii U. So in my eyes, I'm thinking, that's not right. Because you see, for TimeOut Corner, and let me see if I can, okay, let me see if I can do it like this. For TimeOut Corner, ToC don't just talk. ToC, tick, talks. Oh, shoot. I think I got another one, boys. Hold on. Give me a second. ToC don't just talk. ToC, tick, talks. Woo! That's so good. Ooh, if that was too loud, sorry about that. But gosh, dang it, I be on the roll, boy. ToC don't just talk. ToC, tick, talk. And that's one thing Rich didn't do. He didn't tick tock before he made that video. Now, I'm not going to keep harping on his video or whatever. I just want to make my point, and it stands out, and it sort of goes along with something not being right. See, because you got to tick tock for this to get through. You got to let your brain see outside the box. You got to think outside the box, people. You got to think outside the box. You can't just take what somebody says from before and then take something they say similar to the future and just forget about everything in between there and right around there, not just from them, but from outside sources as well, from third parties. You got to take all that into consideration and then let your brain think outside the box. Because I like to think outside the box. I don't like to just take something and just go run with it. I like to let my brain take some time to think so I can look outside the box and say, maybe, and say, okay, maybe somebody says something because of what happened in the past. Or maybe they said the same thing, but maybe some things happened in between and they say some things recently. Or maybe they said this because of that. Maybe they did this because of that, What else might have led to them saying this? What else might have led somebody to do this? What else might have led to somebody not liking somebody or doing this? Let's think outside the box and let our brains tick-tock for a little bit. Let the time pass by. Let a second or two pass by, people, before you just start ranting stuff out. Just let your brain tick-tock. Just let it tick-tock. So what I got out of that video, I'm going on a rant, but what I got out of that video was, no. Yes, Reggie said pretty much the same thing with the Wii U and the NX. But what Rich got out of that was that Nintendo still hasn't learned their lesson. But see, my problem here is not problem, but my thought here, because it's my thought, is not really 100% correct. Man, I might just be spewing some BS. I don't know, but I don't think I am though. So let me get to it. My point is this: Rich think Nintendo has to learn a lesson. Well, they haven't learned a lesson. But see, Rich, you're not right, because Nintendo doesn't need to learn what you think they need to learn. You're not thinking outside the box. You're looking in the circle of the trend. Ooh, that sounds like a movie. Anyways, you're looking in the circle of the trends. You got to think outside of the box of the trends, all right? You got to think outside of that. So when he says Nintendo hasn't learned the lesson because Reggie said the same thing, I said Nintendo did learn their lesson. Because they don't need to learn to make more powerful console, powerful hardware. We know they can do that. They can do that. But see, what they can't do is something that you're not thinking about. And Nintendo can't wait on third party no more. You see, I'll get to that point in a second. Because you see, Nintendo got something that Microsoft and Sony don't have. And that's the ability to survive without really having hardly any third-party support. Because they can do that. They can survive with barely, and they can keep doing that. But it won't. See, Nintendo doesn't need third-party. Let's get that straight. They don't need third-party. And Nintendo, I don't think, cares about third-party. Not in the sense to where they don't want third party. Obviously, Nintendo wants third party. They would like third party because, as I believe Rich said in that video as well, that it would be good for Nintendo because then they can have more genres of games and all the other good stuff, and possibly get some people to buy their games for their games, and also games that might not be on their system that they usually don't have. But now they got some of these games on their systems. Now other people may be like, oh, they got that game too? They got that game too? Oh, they also got this game? Okay, now I might think about getting it. So it can bring a new audiences for having third party, more audience. No issue about that at all. So it would behoove Nintendo to have third party. It would be good. No diggity, right? No diggity, right? No issue about that state. Nintendo would be good. But I don't think Nintendo really cares about third party in a sense to want to be third party's slave, not slave, but to be their person on a leash, to have to rely on third party, to have to go outside of their box, to do stuff they don't want to do, to start accepting BS, to start having to pay all this money. Nintendo's like, they're not going to, they want third party, they care about them, but I just said they don't care about them. I mean, they want third party. I mean, when I say don't care about them, I mean they're not going to care to go and just be on their knees begging for you. They don't care in that sense. They want you to be on a console, of course. But this time around, Nintendo has learned their lesson. They have learned their lesson. But see, why I say this is in sight of something not being right, because let's not forget, that's why I said you have to let your brain tick-tock. Tick-tock, mother effer tick-tock. You got to let your brain tick-tock. Because let's not just look at what Reggie said. Also look at what happened in between and before what Reggie said. In both instances. What happened before Reggie said that, when Reggie said that, and after Reggie said that, when before the Wii U was launched and after the Wii U was launched. Why did Reggie say that now, before the NX, and what's happening after he said that? Look at what. Let's not just look at what he said. We gotta think outside the box and look at what was going on. Let's not forget, third party ensured. We're pretty much. Let's not forget, people. I'm gonna keep saying that. Let's not forget TikTok. Let's think. Let your brains pass a few seconds. I mean, let your brains forget the cells in your brain. Forget your brain cells. Let's let your brain pass a few seconds, all right? Because the cells ain't working, obviously. So let's let the brain pass a few seconds, all right? And let the time fly by, or not fly by. We don't need to go by. Let's let the time flow by slowly, and let's calm down and think. What was going on? Third party. That's why something's not right. Because third party, before the Wii U came out, was on board with the Wii U. They knew what the Wii U had. They knew enough to know the power limits of it. They knew this. But what were third party doing before the Wii U came out? People, it's not that hard. They were saying things that had you thinking all was good with the Wii U. We are on board. It made it sound like no issue to worry about whatsoever for the Wii U. This is also why Nintendo came out and said, we're going to have third-party support, a robust online. And I got to break this up for a second, guys, because I had to get on, and I'm going to pause this video. We are officially pausing this video to go off on a little side rant since I brought this up. When Nintendo said they had a robust online, it was getting third-party support. Little did Nintendo know that people, didn't know how certain words, didn't know the meaning of certain words, and also little did they know third party were going to turn their backs on them. Because I remember a video about, I think it was Black Bond or somebody, it was Black Bond, I believe, made a video saying Nintendo lied about the robust online and having third party support. I'm like, first of all, you can't blame Nintendo for saying they're going to have third party support when third party were the ones say they were going to support it. Second of all, Nintendo didn't lie about robust online system, because apparently and of course, Black Bond didn't respond. He tried to, but he shut up after he realized he just made a video and he's made himself look like a fool. None of his subs replied either. They realized TimeOut corner put him in the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Put him in the L corner. Anyways, so apparently the third party thing, you see it as you want, But apparently he said Nintendo lied about robust online, and I'm like, saying because they don't have voice chat and all this stuff, and I'm like, first of all, Nintendo didn't lie about a robust online. They have a robust online system. I mean, the system has a robust. Their online system is robust. They have a robust online system. Because first of all, apparently nobody in the comment section of this video or Black Bond knew what the term robust meant, especially in the technology field. Apparently nobody knew what the term robust meant. They all thought it meant features, how much stuff you can have, how many new technology something has, how many features you have. That's not robust means, especially not in the field of IT or technology. Robust meant how efficient or secure something is in this field of study. So when I told them it's not Nintendo's fault that you guys don't understand certain meanings of words, and that's not robust mean, you're looking at robust in the wrong way. Of course, everybody shut up and went along their merry way. There's nothing else to see here. But again, it's not Nintendo's fault that people don't understand certain meanings of words. That's no problem. There's some words I actually didn't understand. I thought I knew what a meaning a certain word was. Oh shoot, dang, that's not what I thought it meant. But hey, no biggie. But make sure, but I always make sure. That's why I let my brain TikTok before I post anything online. Even if it's a word that I think I understand fully, if it's a word I have to question myself about, wait a minute, what's that word actually mean? I say, let me Google this first before I make myself look like a fool, because it's too easy. It's too easy to do some research, and it's also too easy to make yourself look like a fool. So TimeOut corner try to make sure I don't make myself look like a fool, in the comment sections on anything, Facebook, anything. So it's too easy to make yourself look stupid, and also too easy to to do some research. So I choose to do the easy research besides doing the easy stupid. Don't do easy. They say don't go full retard. I say don't do easy stupid. Please don't do easy stupid. All right. Do some research. If you don't understand something, it's too easy to do some quick research, But anyways, back to the point at hand. Press play. We're going back to the story. So what did third party do? They said they was They was on board with the Wii U, people. They was on board with the Wii U. Let's not forget. Third party was dancing, I don't want to say dancing around, but they were happy about the Wii U. Remember some developers were saying, or publishers, whatever, oh, we're so happy about the Wii U. This is what we always wanted with the gamepad. We can come up with so many ideas. Because let's not forget, people, power wasn't always third party's main focus for visuals. It was also for being able to make different gameplay, being able to do different, play with the gameplay, do more things in-game gameplay wise that we couldn't do before. All that went out the window when it came to 8th gen. All that stuff they clamored for in 7th gen about having more power, not just for visuals, but for all this other stuff, AI and all that stuff, just went right out the window. But for the for the Wii U, what did third party do? Oh, the Wii U, we got the gamepad. Oh, we could do all this stuff. All these ideas we got. And what happened when the Wii U launched? The excuses upon excuses came. Well, you didn't know. So when you was on stage dancing for the Wii U, you telling me you didn't know about what the Wii U, what it had, what it possibly could do then? So now we go to this time around, people. What does Reggie say? We're not focused on the power. More about content, etc., etc. What Rich did, though, was looked at that and said, see, Nintendo didn't learn. What TimeOut Corner did was TikTok. Mother. He TikTok. I TikToked. TimeOut Corner TikToked. And the TimeOut Corner said, whoa, wait a minute here. Nintendo did learn their lesson. Because as I said before, Nintendo, I'm going back to this. Nintendo doesn't care about third party to have to, not no more anyways. They're not caring about third party to want to wait and rely on them. See, with the Wii U, Nintendo messed up because one of the main issues, obviously advertising and all that stuff, and whatever else you want to call it. But one problem I see with the Wii U was Nintendo waited for third party. You see, Nintendo doesn't have to rely on third party. They didn't rely on third party, but they waited for third party. In a sense, they did rely on them for a time period. They waited for third party. And they waited for third party. Third party sort of let Nintendo down in a sense. Because third party was on stage dancing for Nintendo. They was clamoring for Nintendo. Yes, we're going to do all this for Nintendo. All these games are coming to Nintendo. And what happened when we launched? Oh, well, the install, but we got to wait for the install base. It's too low. You didn't know the install base was going to be low when it first launched? I mean, technically speaking, people, the Wii U had a good launch. It sold 3 to 4 million within its first 3 to 4 months. Pretty much what the PS4 sold within its first 3 to 4 months. So I don't understand why it was okay for the Wii U to have low, have those numbers, but not with the Wii U. Oh, we got to wait for the Wii U. The numbers ain't big enough. An excuse out the window. So when that excuse was starting to not hold weight, would it become, the power? But you knew what it was before it launched. You knew the power limitations. You know the architecture. Matter of fact, wasn't the Wii U out before the PS4 and Xbox One? So shouldn't you be making games for that first? Excuses started piling up. Oh, the Wii U gamepad. Oh, you don't need to use the gamepad. Either way, you were on stage dancing for the gamepad. Again. Third party, what happened then? Now we fast forward to this year. Reggie says what he says. Third party are doing the same exact thing. So this is where something is not right kicks into play. TikTok people, let your brains think. What's going on here? That's why I say Nintendo learned the lesson, Rich, because this time around, because unlike Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo doesn't have to rely on third party. Nintendo doesn't have to sit there and hope third party puts games on their system because they can survive without third party. What would happen, I believe somebody said this recently, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people already thought this and said it plenty of times before. What would happen to Microsoft or Sony if they had the same type of third party support with the Wii U, with the PS4 and Xbox One that Nintendo had with the Wii U? They would be done. Their divisions would be done. Even if you take it back to the Wii 7th generation, if they had the same support that the Wii had, third party wise, they would be done. And especially 7th generation, they would have been toast. They would have been, it would have been unrecoverable. They would have been, it definitely done. But this generation, without third party support, Sony and Microsoft gaming divisions, as we know it, would have been dissolved. They would be done. Nintendo still going strong. So they can survive without third party. What Nintendo does not need to do this time around is wait for third party. Because something isn't right, as we can see. Now, maybe we're just going too crazy but I'm just saying, we've seen this before. We've seen third party jump on Nintendo's board for a console just with this generation before the Wii U came out. They was on board. We've seen it now with the NX. They're on board again. But something's not right. So, for me, I'm saying Nintendo learned their lesson because this time around, Nintendo's not going to wait for third party. This time around, I see, and it already looks like it's happening. Nintendo's like, okay, no problemo. Third party, you're welcome to our console. And this time, we made sure that you will not be able to have as many excuses as you had before. You know, now you're gonna have to find some holes to crawl into and pop out on the other side to come up with an excuse. Because this time, Nintendo's like, we TikToked ourselves, and we're trying to make sure we let everybody know we giving you guys a chance to put your games on a console. All right. So they got that covered. They got that covered now. Now they also got covered that, you know what, we're not going to wait for you this time around third party. When we launch our console, we're not going to give you a big window to put games on a console on. That's pretty much what Nintendo did with the Wii U. They gave third party a chance to put games on the Wii U to where they wouldn't have to worry about Nintendo games coming out. Because let's not forget people, third party can't compete with Nintendo games. They just can't. They just can't. It's already been proven. They just can't. Some games can, but in most manners, they just can't. But back to the story. So, Nintendo did it with the Wii U. They gave third party plenty of time to put games out on the console. What did they do? They didn't do it. They started retracting their wanting to put games out on Wii U. They started saying, no, we're done. We don't want to do it no more. So this time around, we see the same thing going on. Third party saying they want to support the NX. But this time around, again, people, Nintendo's learned the lesson. Nintendo's not going to sit and wait for third party this time. Again, like I was just saying, they're going to say, you're welcome, third party, but we don't care enough to wait this time. This time, we're not going to care if you can't compete with our games. Screw you. We're going full blast this time. Because don't forget, people, this is Nintendo World Order, and they will be taking over. It's the takeover, people. So it's going to be like this. Oh, now maybe not exactly like this, but this is how I think I would like to see it anyways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, TimeOut Corner could have some speculation too, right? I mean, this is the year of spec after all. So this is how TimeOut Corner. Yeah, I'm going to throw this little speculation in there. This is a little rumor up in here. So this is how it's going to be, all right? This time around, Nintendo's going to be like, oh, you don't want to put NBA Live on the NX? Don't worry, we got NBA courtside. Boom. Done. We don't need you. We got this for backup. You still gonna bring it over, but we don't care now. We got this. We don't care. We don't care what you got. We don't care. Oh, you don't want to bring Battlefield over? Don't worry. We just made this brand new game we just worked on. We brought Conduit back or something like, I don't know, something like that. Whatever. We good. We don't care. We don't care. We got this. Oh, you don't want to bring this racing game over to our console, or this whatever? Don't worry. We're making our own. We're making a new racing game. Not Mario Kart, whatever. A simulation. Don't worry, we got that covered. Oh, you don't want to bring Dead or Alive over? Don't worry, we got that covered. We're making our own. We got this other subdivision over here making this type of game. Got that covered. Oh. So I think this time Nintendo's not going to wait around for third party. Nintendo's saying, you know what? And it seems like that's what's going on. Because, I think Active Game Life said something like this. 3DS or Nintendo's mobile games being made for the home console, they don't really need third party support there. Because Nintendo on 3DS or the mobile platform, oh my goodness, they cover all genres pretty much. And yeah, it's game over in that case. Third party, you're welcome, but yeah. You see where it's going. But again, something's not right because once you actually do some TikToking, start thinking, you say, wait a minute. Third party. You got to show us more than just talking. Because you talked before the Wii U came out. And look what happened. Look what happened to the support. Look what happened. You're doing the same this time around. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they're for real this time. I don't know. But, something ain't right. So this is why TimeOut Corner says I was going to do that rebuttal. No, well, not because of this, but this ties into something not being right ties in. I didn't think about nothing being right before, but it does tie into something's not right. What's going on here? Well, all of a sudden, everybody on the index nuts, but yet not really knowing anything about it. For real this time. I believe we knew more about the Wii U a year before its launch than we do about the NX. And yet, so it's just weird, It's just a little weird. It is a little weird, to think about it. Honestly, it is. Technically speaking, yeah, everybody has the right to say, to think that Nintendo didn't learn the lesson. That's not a bad thought. But you just didn't do enough TikToking. Because, again, I don't think Nintendo is going to sit around this time and have a bad advertisement, market, have a bad advertising campaign. I don't think they're going to sit around this time and have a bad. The Wii U wasn't a bad name, but it was really confusing. There are still plenty of people out there who did not know what the heck a Wii U is. They know what a Wii is, but when you say Wii U, there's people who still think it's an attachment to the Wii. There are plenty of people who still think that. There are friends that I have who play games. Not crazy. They play games, but they're not like into the news. They're not like heavily in the news like a lot of people in the gaming industry or in the in this YouTube thing are. They're not like on YouTube or constantly on websites and constantly having crazy comments, battles in comment sections and making YouTube videos. And they're not. And they just maybe have like a console because maybe somebody bought it for them or the wife or friend or whatever or they just saw or they like a sports game so they just bought it. They like sports games so they bought an Xbox or PlayStation or played on PC. But there are a lot of people out there who still don't know what a Wii U is. So I don't think Nintendo's going to mess up again on that round. Nintendo this time I think has stuff in the palm of their hands. Like, you know what? We're not going to sit around this time. We're not going to wait on third party to put games on our console. They can put games on our console. They're welcome to come to our console. But guess what? We're not going to adhere to third party. We're not going to make this console specifically for them. We're going to make sure we cover our own anuses. We're going to make this platform. It's easy to port to. It's easy to develop for. Especially for us. We're going to have games at the wazoo for it. So, third party, if you had a problem with competing with our games before, you definitely will have a problem competing with Nintendo games this time around. So, TimeOut Corner thinks something is wrong. Check. There is something wrong. Does TimeOut Corner think Nintendo needs to learn a lesson? Check. They do need to learn a lesson. Does Nintendo think, or does TimeOut Corner think Nintendo didn't learn the lesson because they ain't making a powerful console? That's an X. That's an X. That's an X. TimeOut Corner thinks, or TimeOut Corner knows that that's not the issue here. TimeOut Corner does not think that Nintendo needs to learn the lesson that they need to make a powerful console so third party can finally put a game on a console because TimeOut Corner doesn't think Nintendo gives two craps about what the heck third party really wants. Now, does that mean Nintendo will make an unpowerful console? No. Or whatever the NX is? No. Even with these rumors that came out, I still don't know what the hell the NX is. I still don't know how much powerful it's going to be. I still don't know what we're going to be using it for, how we're going to be using it. I don't know because Nintendo hasn't really officially said it yet. This is the year to spec, but that don't mean I got to follow every speculation out there. So, TimeOut Corner says this. For you candy. Trying to do it like The Rock, or maybe Stone. I don't know. Anyways, so it is what it is, people. How long is this? Oh, okay. I thought it was like 30, 40 minutes, 29 minutes. Probably too long. But anyways, so that's pretty much what it is, people. Nintendo has learned their lesson. But not about having to make more powerful hardware. It was never about that. They know how to do that. They know they can do that. They know they should do that at times. So again, would Nintendo have a power? Would the NX be powerful? I don't know. It would be good if it was, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think that's the issue here. The issue here is I think Nintendo waiting on third party. The issue is Nintendo not going outside the box themselves to make games that maybe other people in genres that other people would like. But that's it, people. That's it. That's what TimeOut Corner has for this video. And I don't know why people don't bring this up. I'll probably make another video for this. But it's strange to me with Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft when it comes to third party versus first party and second party as well. And I'll make a video what I mean by that later. But anyways, it's TimeOut Corner. 90 Degrees of Geek. ToC Radio 802.L. And I'm out. That's a lot of terms if you're using it. Dang.